Yo, it's Friday already. This week flew by. Oh, there was a holiday on Monday for some people, huh? Either way, we're going to give you the union negotiation update, talk about off-lease closing, and 20,000 chargers.
The people really want to know
how many chargers
you get a charger, and you get a charger, and you get a charger.
We're going full Oprah mode.
Yes.
How many are there in the U.S.? I should have looked that
chargers?
Up. Yeah. Is it like 100,000?
Someone should create a tracker.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
The ASOTU charger tracker? I think we're smart enough to do that. Hold on. Is anybody in the comments? Good morning, everybody in the live stream. Mark, Cody, welcome. It's good to have you here. Somebody's got to know how many chargers there are in the U.S. If you figure that out and you can search it and put it in the comments, we would love to have your help with this show today because apparently we need it.
Well, according to CNET, on March 17th, there were over 130,000 public charging stations across the country.
Okay.
The White House.
Oh, well, so the White House, they get everything
the White House.
I think they get everything right. Pretty much.
Well,
welcome to Friday, everybody. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're about to head in to the All Things Used Cars room with David Long, his awesome room that happens every week. A lot of people show up. We're heading over to there in Clubhouse. So if you're on the live stream, you can follow us right there in like 15 minutes from now. We're gonna head over and jam there for an hour with a bunch of a lot of really smart people in the auto industry. That's how it goes down. Speaking of
real smart people, yes, Friday's on point.
Let's
go.
I think that may be the first time we've ever literally legit kind of danced.
Was so hype. I'm pumped.
Hey, ASOTU CON. ASOTU CON is coming in real hot. Just over 2 weeks to go. Just under 3 weeks, over 2 weeks, whatever, however you want to put it. You know what's happening by now. If you don't know what's happening, go to ASOTUCon.com and look at the speaker list. Click on the agenda link and then scroll. Just start scrolling. Click through the days and all the studio rooms. Your mind's going to be blown with the level of speakers, dealers, practitioners in the rooms across all types of topics. We're talking operations. We're talking lots of marketing and data. We're talking lots of recruiting and retention, used cars, leadership. All and no slouches on leadership either, right? This isn't
someone asked us yesterday, what kind of topics are you looking to cover? And we were like, autumn topics,
all them topics. No, and we don't have any slouches. Sometimes on the leadership, you can have Gary Dogood, who's just hang in there with the little cat poster. No, we're talking about Mike Kavanaugh, VP at Lithia. He knows how to lead a couple things. Former Marine too. He's just total badass. Also Ed Roberts. Think you can learn a thing about leadership from Ed Roberts?
Yes.
So we're gonna have the people in the room. Go to ASOTUCon.com, get your tickets. If you know dealers that should be there, GMs that should be there, marketing managers that should be there, fixed ops managers that should be there. We think that bringing everybody together to learn a little bit about all the areas is the way we win as an industry, because that collaboration, front of the house, back of the house.
You see that?
Oh, he's rocking the new shirt. Collaboration is critical.
Let's go.
So we're trying to bring all the areas together, especially if you know dealers or people that are within 50 miles of the Baltimore area, because the venue is just south of Baltimore. So that means DC, Baltimore, Delaware, Philly. If you know dealers or people in that area, shoot them a message today. Be like, yo, go to ASOTU CON with me. It's going to be amazing. So go there. We got all the things. And of course, lots of focus from our end on the hospitality of it as well, because if your mind is free and your spirits are lifted, you can pay attention and learn something. And the swag too. And the Taco Tuesday.
And the taco.
And the band from Nashville. And Jesse Cole, founder of Savannah Bananas.
The hits.
Hold on. Check this out.
Oh no.
These just showed up yesterday. These are the ASOTU CON no silicone bracelets for us. These are flex bracelets. ASOTU CON 22 says collaboration is critical, like it does on your shirt. We got reversible. We got the white. We got the blue. And we got a bunch of other stuff. We got scarves and t-shirts and hats and all the things. So yeah, I think that's enough about ASOTU CON. It's never really enough. Never really enough. Speaking of never really enough.
Yes.
Oh, son of a gun. It's going to be a day. Insulting is the word UAW President Shawn Fain used to describe the offer that GM slid across the table yesterday in an effort to avoid a potential strike. So GM has proposed a 16% pay increase over 4 years for hourly workers, a $5,500 ratification bonus, $5,000 in inflation protection bonuses, and the addition of Juneteenth as an official paid holiday for all the workers. They also said they aim to reduce the time for new hires to reach top wages from 8 years to 6 years. Seems like a lot of good stuff. UAW President Shawn Fain criticized it. He said that's insulting. He said inadequate, and he said GM has refused to, look at cost of living increases, retiree pay hikes, and other demands. The union actually originally sought a 46% pay increase over 4 years, and they're threatening a strike on September 14th. GM kind of one-upped Ford, who offered 15% less.
Right.
We'll give
1% extra. This is my favorite quote. You got to read the quote. Read the quote.
There's a couple tells in this quote. Our offer includes well-deserved wage improvements that far exceed 2019 agreement and reward you for your hard work, GM said in a letter to workers. We still have work to do, but we wanted to make this offer to show our good faith efforts to keep the process moving forward.
Who
negotiates like that?
No, this is so like car guy, this is like 1983 negotiation tactics. It's like we throw another offer your way just to keep it going.
Just so you can see that we over here respect your autonomy and your power. But I mean, it's basically like, here's an offer. Don't try to sue us again and say we're not acting in good faith. By the way, we're going to give you more. But we just want to give Shawn Fain another opportunity to insult us.
Insulting on national television. This is fun for us, It's hey, look, there's your update. I don't want to talk about it too much more
we keep going. Let's keep going.
Update.
We could not talk about it.
4 years. Most people would be just pumped about that. So we'll see what
That's true. I would love that pay raise personally.
Let's go.
Let's take that. All right. Speaking of going away.
Segue.
Time.
So, falling victim to the ongoing turbulence in the used car market, regional used car dealership group, off lease only, Florida Group, has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Shocked a lot of people yesterday. The Florida and Texas-based company terminated all its employees and announced a wind down of its operations amid challenges they mentioned, like inventory scarcity, vehicle price inflation. I think the internal memo was originally shared by our friend Car Dealership Guy, and it's a memo they sent out to all their people, and we're going to read a little segment from it. I think it's revealing, and it's probably a very cogent warning. And then, so here's the one of the sections of the memo. It says, as most of you know, unprecedented changes to the automotive retail landscape over the last few years resulted in unanticipated challenges, competitive pressures for independent used car dealers. We've been significantly impacted by scarcity of inventory, inflated prices, elevated pricing, rising interest rate, right? They just talk about the deterioration of the conditions, affordability, availability. Say our leadership team's been working tirelessly to reduce costs and expand access to inventory so we can compete. However, despite our efforts and achievements, we're unable to overcome these challenges. So again, the company closed all of their locations and unfortunately laid off all 545 of their team.
It's really sad. Like, I've known off lease only for quite some time, man. It's a staple in that Florida market. They were a large used car operator, and this is something that on the franchise side we don't talk about a lot, right? Because we see affordability as the gap between people that would potentially be purchasing new or used vehicles, and typically new car franchise dealerships, no matter the location, see a higher level of credit and access to funds than typically independent dealers do. So when you see these rising costs of used cars, when an independent dealership or dealer group like off lease only that's smaller, that doesn't have the size of Carvana, would typically see a cost of used cars sold in the mid-teens, and now being in that high 20s, most likely just because of the market complexities, that challenges their target customer profile. And then also their access to lending completely changes as well, because typically, even though this is a larger independent dealer group and they had 5 locations, they don't have the same access to lending resources like captive lenders that franchise dealerships do. So this is probably like not just the first time that we're going to see this, especially if the first story holds true and we start to see a lack of new car inventory continue in the market, and then all of a sudden we see even higher used car prices yet again, we're going to start to see independents.
It's not going to get better. Man, tough times.
Shoppers back in market. It's a lot. It's really interesting where we're continually seeing these changes in the market impact some and not others in similar ways. But sad to see off lease only go.
For sure. I mean, I think there's probably a lot of great people now that are coming into the industry that find a really great home in a franchise used car, especially a franchise car dealership, especially one that kind of mimics the policies and the procedures of us off lease only, right? Very upfront, transparent kind of thing. Very, very fast moving. Like they did a really good job of delivering a very good and seamless experience. So, man, it just goes to show you, like, experience.
I can tell you this.
Everything.
I can tell you this right now, that on their site they have 223 employees on LinkedIn. If I was anybody in the Florida Georgia market, I would go be searching them for some good people.
That's a great strategy. We should actually search some of them too and be like, who needs what?
Who needs what? We got people over here.
ASOTU placements, rocking hard. We should start that. Speaking of placements, that's 3.
Segue.
Wow. Good one.
Actually, that's 4. That's 4.
Wow. Yeah, 4 because of the intro. Tesla and Hilton have announced a partnership to introduce 20,000 electric vehicle charging stations across 2,000 Hilton properties. Do the math. That's a solid number of EV chargers. That's an average of 10 EV chargers per location in North America, giving a huge boost to the EV charging infrastructure goals while reflecting a significant shift in traveler priorities. These are the interesting quotes directly from Hilton's chief brand officer, Matt Schuler. We're seeing a rapid and steep increase of the number of requests for EV charging. We're trying to meet our guests' needs with this new agreement with Tesla. He continued, the number one search attribute for our hotels is shuttle access for airports. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Number 2 is EV charging.
That blows my mind.
Which they said obviously is a dramatic change that wasn't even on the radar just a few years ago, that people are going like, all right, here's the first filter option. Here's the second filter.
Can I charge my car?
Man, wild.
I know it.
But you think about like people with like the funds to buy a Tesla probably are traveling more often and staying in places that are Hilton-owned properties.
Yeah,
right? So
the brand partnership makes a lot. I mean, 20,000 chargers is substantial, right? If we only have 130 in the US, that's up like 15% in, like we're crushing. We get 20,000, and you think hotels, hospitality already has electrical infrastructure in place. They have parking lots in place. They're usually located in pretty convenient areas. And I mean, a lot of Hilton hotels have a nice little lobby, somewhere to go, somewhere to sit. I mean, I'm just even thinking not for the travelers, but just as a way to like predetermine, like these are in good places, because hotels usually don't put themselves out of the mix.
We were traveling this week, and we were at a Hyatt location 30 minutes away from an airport in a smaller city in New York,
upstate New York.
And both days that we were there, both chargers were hooked up to cars.
Yep.
So like, it's clear that there is demand for it in travel.
Yeah. Especially when you're staying overnight. Right. And you don't actually, I mean, the Tesla chargers are fast, but you don't even need super fast ones at hotels, but they're going to put them in. So they also said, Hilton said they're going to collaborate with property owners to pinpoint sites near major roads and essential urban areas that are best suited. So they're going to obviously prioritize these, but I like how they say they're going to have the most expansive charging network in hospitality, because pairing hospitality with wait time is like the winner, everybody.
Hey,
and Hilton's got a great opportunity to like brand themselves as progressive. I think it's an awesome brand play as well, right? There is definitely an allure to EVs, and especially the Tesla brand, depending on who you ask. But I don't know what'll be next. Maybe Tesla will go the other way and Tesla will just open a hotel.
Maybe.
Wouldn't doubt that. I mean, they got the drive-in thing.
Why? I mean, why would they're just going to open any retail establishment or hospitality?
Yeah, anything they can. We got a great
done better.
Got a great comment here from John Foley, who will be at ASOTU CON, rocking it. Founder of Recharged, right?
Recharged.
Recharged in Virginia. He says too many hotels are treating chargers like McDonald's ice cream machines, meaning just letting them stay broke, I believe is what he means by that.
Got him.
Oh, thanks for spending time with us today. We hope you have an amazing weekend. Selling, servicing with your family. Right now, we're heading over to All Things Used Cars. Follow us over there to Clubhouse.